Hey there, welcome to our channel where we bring you the most amazing bedtime stories for kids. Join us and let's dive right in. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills and a vast forest, lived a little girl named Nora. Nora was a curious and adventurous soul with a heart full of wonder. Her imagination knew no bounds, and her spirit was as wild as the wind that rustled through the leaves of the ancient trees that surrounded her home. However, life wasn't always filled with excitement and adventure for Nora. There were times when loneliness crept into her heart like a thief in the night. She longed for companionship and understanding, yearning for someone with whom she could share her thoughts and dreams. Little did she know that fate had a special surprise in store for her, something that would change her life forever. One day, Nora's family made the decision to move to a house on the outskirts of town near the edge of the Whispering Woods. Although she was excited about the move, a part of her couldn't help but feel a twinge of sadness as she bid farewell to her friends and the familiar streets of her hometown. As the days went by, Nora started exploring her new surroundings. One sunny afternoon, she ventured into the woods and stumbled upon a clearing. And there she saw the most extraordinary sight. A fox, unlike any she had ever seen before, was sitting gracefully in the clearing. Its fur shimmered with an ethereal silver glow, and its eyes sparkled with an otherworldly green light. As Nora watched in awe, the fox stood up and, with an effortless leap, vanished into the underbrush. Intrigued and filled with a sense of adventure, Nora decided to follow the mysterious creature deeper into the woods. As she walked, the trees seemed to part ways, forming a natural corridor just for her. The air grew cooler, and the sunlight, filtering through the canopy, painted dappled patterns on the forest floor. Suddenly, the trees opened up, revealing a breathtaking sight. Before her stood a magnificent oak tree with its branches reaching towards the sky like welcoming arms. At its base lay a cozy den lined with soft moss and fragrant herbs, and right in the middle was a small bowl filled with fresh water. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Nora realized that this magical place was Whisper's home. From that moment on, Whisper became Nora's constant companion in the woods. They spent their days playing hide and seek among the trees, and Whisper would often bring her small gifts, such as a shiny pebble or a feather from a passing bird. Nora cherished these moments, feeling a deep connection with the mystical fox that seemed to understand her like no one else. As the seasons changed, so did Nora. She grew older, and with each passing year, the bond between her and Whisper deepened. He became her confidant, listening patiently as she shared her joys and sorrows. When she felt sad or scared, Whisper would nuzzle her hand, his emerald eyes filled with warmth and understanding. In his presence, Nora found solace and strength, knowing that she was never truly alone. As the years went by, Nora's visits to the Whispering Woods became less frequent. The responsibilities of growing up and the allure of the outside world gradually pulled her away from her magical companion. Yet, despite the distance, Whisper remained in her heart, a constant reminder of the beauty and wonder that existed within the woods. One evening, many years after their last meeting, Nora found herself drawn back to the Whispering Woods as she stepped into the familiar clearing. A wave of nostalgia washed over her. The trees seemed to whisper secrets in the wind, and the very air hummed with magic. Suddenly, she heard a rustle in the bushes, and, to her astonishment, out stepped Whisper. He was no longer the playful young fox she remembered, but a wise and majestic creature with a thick, flowing mane around his neck. Despite the passage of time, their bond was immediate and profound. As if no years had passed at all, Nora ran to embrace Whisper, tears of joy streaming down her face. In that moment, all the sadness and loneliness she had ever known seemed to melt away. Together, they embarked on a journey through the woods, reliving their childhood adventures and making new memories. Whisper led her to his den under the great oak, now filled with many more treasures, each holding a special meaning for Nora. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows through the trees, Whisper led Nora to a secluded part of the woods. There, nestled among the trees, was a small cottage that seemed to glow with an inviting light. Without a word, Whisper turned and looked at Nora, his eyes shining with anticipation. With a gentle nudge, he encouraged her to follow him. As Nora stepped inside, she gasped in amazement. The cottage was filled with all the comforts of home, and a warm fire crackled merrily in the hearth. Soft cushions and blankets were scattered about, inviting her to relax. But what truly stole her breath away was the collection of books lining the shelves. As Nora's eyes scanned the titles, she felt a sense of familiarity, as if these books had been waiting for her. They covered a wide range of subjects, from ancient myths and legends to tales of adventure and magic. There were books on herbalism, astronomy, and folklore, each one more fascinating than the last. Nora felt a surge of excitement, knowing that she had discovered Whisper's secret abode, a sanctuary where magic and knowledge intertwined. Over the next few weeks, Nora visited the cottage often, spending hours poring over the books and learning about the hidden wonders of the world. She delved into ancient texts, uncovering forgotten lore and discovering new perspectives on the world around her. Each book was like a portal to another realm, transporting her to far-off lands and introducing her to mythical creatures that once roamed the earth. As Nora immersed herself in the world of ancient knowledge she began to understand the true nature of Whisper and his mystical abilities. Through ancient scrolls and cryptic poems, she learned that Whisper was no ordinary fox. He was, in fact, a guardian of the Whispering Woods, a protector of its magic and balance. Nora realized that their connection was not merely a coincidence, but a bond forged by destiny. One day, as Nora sat by the fire in Whisper's cottage, she came across a particularly intriguing book. Its cover was adorned with celestial symbols, and its pages contained intricate diagrams of the stars and constellations. As she turned through the brittle pages, she discovered an ancient map, its lines and markings hinting at a secret hidden somewhere in the Whispering Woods. With a mix of excitement and trepidation, Nora decided to follow the map's clues. Accompanied by Whisper, she ventured into the heart of the woods, following winding paths and hidden trails. The trees seemed to part before her, guiding her deeper and deeper into the enchanting wilderness. As they journeyed, Whisper would pause, sniffing the air and listening intently, as if sensing something Nora couldn't perceive. Finally, after what felt like hours, they arrived at a spot marked by an ancient standing stone. Nora's heart raced as she realized that this was the place indicated on the map. Following Whisper's lead, she touched the cool stone, and to her surprise, it rumbled slightly, as if awakened from a long slumber. The ground beneath their paws shifted, revealing a hidden entrance to an underground chamber. With a deep breath, Nora descended into the darkness, clutching the ancient book close. As her eyes adjusted to the gloom, she gasped in awe. The chamber was filled with an ethereal glow, emanating from countless crystals embedded in the walls. The air hummed with energy, and Nora could feel the power thrumming through the very stones beneath her feet. In the center of the chamber, on a pedestal, rested a simple wooden box, its surface intricately carved with mystical symbols. Nora approached the box, her hands trembling with anticipation. As she reached out to touch it, the carvings on the lid seemed to come alive, swirling and shifting before her eyes. Suddenly, the box burst open, revealing a dazzling crystal sphere. As Nora gazed into its depths, she saw a swirling vortex of colors, an infinite kaleidoscope of light and energy. And then, to her utter astonishment, she saw a vision of herself, older and wiser, standing in the same chamber. The vision faded, leaving Nora with a profound sense of purpose. She knew that she was destined to protect the magic of the Whispering Woods, just as Whisper had done for so many years. From that day forward, Nora dedicated her life to preserving the natural world. She became a fierce advocate for environmental protection, using her voice and influence to raise awareness about the importance of protecting the planet's delicate balance. With Whisper by her side, she continued to explore the hidden wonders of the Whispering Woods, sharing its magic with those who were open to its wonders. Together, they became legendary figures in the local folklore, forever entwined in the annals of the Whispering Woods. And so the tale of Nora and Whisper serves as a timeless reminder of the profound connection between humans and the natural world. It teaches us that in the quiet whispers of the wind and the rustling of leaves, there is wisdom and magic waiting to be discovered by those who listen with an open heart. Hey there, we've reached the end of our story today. We hope you enjoyed joining Nora on her magical adventure in the Whispering Woods. If you liked this story, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more fantastic tales. Also, we'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What did you think of the story? Which part was your favorite? And do you have any magical encounters with animals to share? Remember, your comments make our day, so keep them coming. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon with another amazing story. Take care and happy dreaming. Bye for now.